Guys, welcome back to Modeling Manhood. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I have a great interest in. It's deeply rooted. It's collecting local artifacts, especially those like pre-Columbian era, pre-Christopher Columbus. And my great grandfather had a really neat projectile point collection and kind of had his plaque arranged with like the 40 or 50 that he had on there. So it looked like a chief's headdress coming down, and then he had like a stick with like a spear with one of his really nice projectile points on it. And it was just really cool. I'm not sure whatever happened to it, but that's a whole nother discussion, and with like family conflicts and different things like that. But I've always had a real passion for all things native, and don't want to use the term Native American because uh, not really sure that that is the right. Same with like the use of like indigenous, because we all can date our ancestry back to Noah and Adam, which is really cool. It's like being asked which came first, the chicken or the egg. You can be like, well, pre-flood or post-flood, and that's a whole nother discussion in itself too. But I just want to talk to you guys about projectile points. So this is my first projectile point that I found at the farm that was whole. I found some that were, they call them heartbreakers when they're like broken off right here. But this one's pretty special. I keep this one in a safe spot, but you can see like the napping where it was flint napped, and just a really great piece. And it's about an inch and a half to kind of give you guys an idea how big it is. But that's one that I've had for a while, and part of my collection of different ones that I've either found or gotten at like local thrift stores or shops, or just trading and horse swapping with different people. But in the Bible, it talks a lot about bows and arrows, and I just want to read to you guys a segment. This is a book that I just recently picked up. It's called Bows and Arrows of the Bible, and I just want to read to you guys something to kind of put things into perspective. If you're wondering, like, why does this relate to the Bible? And on page 7, it says, ancient people were familiar with bows and arrows like we are familiar with TV sets, except we don't make our TV sets by hands. So perhaps they were more familiar with them than anything we can ever imagine. Everyone had them in their homes. They knew how to make them from pieces of raw wood. They knew how to use them, to protect them, and provide for themselves. They were an everyday thing to them, to the young and the old alike. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys, because we are accustomed to different things in our society day in and day out that we are just so familiar with using. The use of our smartphones would be a great example of what they would have considered their bow and their arrows. And going back to the Bible, I want you guys to turn or follow along Psalms 127, verse 3. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies at the gate. And I just love this section of verses here in Psalms. And children are a heritage from the Lord, and they are such a blessing. If you have the privilege of being a parent or ever been a parent, you know that it has huge responsibilities, but it has great blessings too, which kind of go hand in hand. And I think of us being God's children. He wants His quiver to be full too. And if we're not doing our job of sharing the gospel every day, shame on us. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full. And I can remember growing up, my mom would be like, man, I just wish I could have had 20 kids. And I think she would have done a great job having 20 kids. And but we need to know our limits sometimes too. And we need to just trust God for our strength each and every day. And that's just one of the reasons why I like projectile points. Uh, So I don't know what you guys are interested in collecting. You're welcome to put a comment down below. Maybe you found a few projectiles where you guys live. But just a great way to get outside and enjoy God's creation. But I'm going to put the link for this book down below too. Uh, just picked it up, kind of going through that. I think I'm going to be sharing that at our graduation ceremony with our CSB boys this year. I usually try to find like a good, easy read and something that has some godly advice in it to go along with their Bible studies when the boys move up out of our Christian Service Brigade group. But blessed is the man whose quiver is full. And just want you guys to think about that. Think of your quiver. It doesn't have to be just kids, but think about the gifts and the talents that you can pull out. The Lord's given me this ability. He's given me this ability. And as you reach into your quiver that the Lord's gifted and provided you with, just make sure you're using it for His honor and His glory. Remember to get into His Word, and remember to mirror your Maker and journey with Jesus. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Catch you on the next episode where my wife will be joining us talking about the Tennessee tree.